Good morning guys, welcome back to my allotment diaries. My name is Emma, these are the allotment diaries, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing all the seeds I'm going to start sowing in the month of March for my allotment plot. So March is here. Yes, that means that spring is around the corner. Not quite officially spring yet, I think it starts the 22nd of March, but it does mean that the days are getting longer in terms of the sun being out for longer. The ground is warming up and we're getting better weather, hopefully, fingers crossed you are too. We're definitely getting more sunshine at the moment, which is excellent. It's making us all very excited to start sowing stuff and putting some stuff in the ground. Now, I have an allotment plot in South London and I try my best to direct sow as much as I can because it's a space saver. It's much easier to do. I enjoy it. I'm at my allotment a lot so I can water them and protect them. Personally for me, direct sowing is just where it's at. It's what I'm all about. But there are some things that I will start from a seed in pots at home. I've also made the executive decision as CEO of my own allotment plot to actually invest in more plug plants this year. I think plug plants are an amazing resource that we just do not talk about enough. It's all very well starting things from a seed and it's incredibly rewarding, but it's also really difficult and it's time consuming and it's heartbreaking when they either don't germinate or they get eaten straight away. And actually plug plants are not that much money and you can find them anywhere. I mean, I've seen them being sold in like supermarkets and stuff, and it's just such a great way of growing your own food without the stress of sowing from a seed. So I am going to invest in more plug plants. All of my brassicas this year will be brought as a plug plant. I'm not going to try sowing any of those. Not that they're difficult, but they do take up a lot of space because they're such small seeds. You have to scatter them and then prick them out and then pot them on and then grow them bigger, and I just do not have the space. Even though I've just got a new greenhouse, I am aware of that, but I don't have shelving in it yet. But there are some vegetables I'm going to start from a seed in the month of March. Let's get into them. Number one, courgettes. Courgettes are such a fantastic crop to grow. This is called Primula F1 and it's a Johnson seed pack. I'll tell you what the brand of seeds is as I do it, but I went to a garden centre and just picked out a variety of different brands just to try them out. Courgettes are great. Just a little word of warning, and this is, you genuinely have to listen to this. Do not plant more than 2 courgette plants. You do not need more than 2 courgette plants. This is a note to myself as well. They will give you 1 million courgettes per plant. Like honestly, if you get to the point where they're giving you courgettes, they will not stop. And you have to remember to pick them when they're the right size. Otherwise, if you leave it 2 or 3 days, it's like the size of a marrow. So courgettes are a fantastic thing to grow. Just protect them from slugs and don't plant too many. That is good advice. Listen to that advice. I'm going to sow my spinach directly into a bed. Spinach always does really well for me. You can sow it any time from February to April, and you can succession sow it as well. Not that you need to, because once it starts growing, it tends to do really well. And you just keep picking it and it just keeps delivering. This is spinach matador. There we go. Also going to start some carrots. I'm growing nants. I'm going to do some more spring onions and some more radishes, and I'm just going to keep succession sowing them. So they're already in the ground at the moment and I will succession sow them probably every 6 to 8 weeks, but not the spinach. Spinach is going in once, pick and then pick again. I'm a big pea lover. Peas do really well at my allotment plot. So in the month of March, I'm going to start some sugar snap peas. These are a warm loving pea. Not too warm, but they will not work in the colder weather the same way that like early peas do. So they're definitely a summer pea. I'm going to start them in March and then plant them out when it's a little bit warmer, so probably April, and just keep them inside in a nice toasty windowsill. But these are great sugar snap peas. They're so amazing. You can eat the whole thing and they're absolutely delicious. So I have to do these. I have 2 different varieties of sweet corn that I'm going to grow this year, and I'm going to grow them on both of my plots. So I've got Gold Crest F1 and I have also got F1 Pot of Gold. These are both from Sutton Seeds. Was that where the other ones were from as well? Sutton's. The spinach was from Verve, which is a B&Q range, and I found that this is really, really great. They've always worked for me, so if you've got a B&Q near you, go for the Verve seeds, they're really good. These are from Sutton's. The thing with sweet corn is you're not supposed to plant different varieties near each other because they're not supposed to cross-pollinate. If they cross-pollinate, you get dodgy sweet corn. I think they just go funny and you just get weird varieties and stuff. But I haven't found that to be the case. So I'm on an allotment plot. everybody on the site is very close to each other and they all grow different varieties of sweet corn, and I've never really had a problem with cross-pollination. I know that you shouldn't do it, but I'm going to do it. They're wind pollinated, and that's the problem, because if you plant them too close to each other, the wind will blow and they'll pollinate each other, which is not what you want them to do. I have a tree in between my two plots and I'm going to plant them so they can't sort of get to each other, but I haven't found it to be a problem. Let me know if it is a problem for you where you are, and maybe advise people not to do it. But for me, on my allotment plot in South London, cross-pollination has never really been a problem. So, but you know, stay tuned and I'll let you know. Maybe it will be. Maybe this will be the year where it's a problem. But that's the sweet corn I'm doing this year. On to flowers. You know what, there's actually not that much I'm sowing in March this year. It's quite funny. I think most things are going to be directly sown. It's just my new thing. It's just my new thing. Right, sunflowers. We've got the giant single. These are from Mr. Fothergill. Mr. Fothergill's because it had pretty pictures on the front. And that's how I choose my seed packets. This is the giant single. Absolutely love it. Going to do as many of these as I physically can. Like what's the saying? One for me, two for the slug. No, one for me, two for the weather, and 10 for the slugs. That's the saying with sunflowers. So I'm going to plant a million of those. I've also got Hallow, how you pronounce it? Again, Mr. Fothergill's, and it's just a multi-headed sunflower. So I'm going to do a few of these as well, as many as I can, to be honest. I have a couple of varieties of cosmos. I love cosmos for an allotment plot. It makes such a great pollinating friendly flower because they're so open, and I mean they're a classic flower. You've got the yellow middle and all the petals around it, and the pollinators go mad for it. Butterflies, all those little hoverfly things, the bees, they just love it. So I have two varieties. I've got the Sensation Mixed. I've already done some of these, but they haven't done very well, so I'm going to re-sow them in the month of March. And I've also got these Candy Floss Red, which I think are like the classic deep pink, fuchsia, whatever you want to call it, cosmos. Absolutely stunning. So excited for these. Again, gonna sow a million because I expect the slugs will get most of them. So, sow a million, you might get one. Also this year I have got some wildflowers. So I picked these up on Amazon, which I don't normally buy seeds that aren't from a brand on Amazon, but I did pick up these. So these are wildflowers. I don't know who it's from. I don't know. It's got a little website on there if you want to have a look, but I just found these on Amazon. It's a mixed wildflower mix, so it's got lots of different wildflowers in here. And I also picked up these little seed bombs. I picked these up from Amazon too. Sorry, not seed bombs, they're seed balls, and they're so cute. The packaging it's just got me, basically, the packaging. Inside, they're little balls, and in the balls they've got a mix of different wildflower seeds, and then you just sort of plant the ball. And I thought that's a really good idea, to be a little bit more like specific with where you want your wildflowers. Just thought that was really clever, and also again just the packaging got me, to be honest, because it's so beautiful. So it's got cornflower, cowslip, muskmallow, oxeye daisy, lots of different varieties of wildflower, and I thought maybe it's quite good for a pot. If you want to plant some in a pot, maybe I will do that actually. That's an excellent idea actually, Emma, well done. Let's do that today. Right, and then the final thing that I'm going to start in the month of March to get a head start on is my dahlias. So I do already have some at the plot, and they're going to go straight into the ground as soon as it warms up, probably in April. But I brought these the other day because I could not resist them. I love dahlias. This is inspired by the gardens of the National Trust, and they're all kind of like a coral colour. Aren't they gorgeous? So the varieties in here are, does it actually say? It's an Art Deco mix. Doesn't actually tell me what varieties they are, but there's the pictures of them. I think it's more about the colour, isn't it? Dahlias definitely do not like any frost whatsoever, so do not put them out when it's still frosty. It says plant them from March to June. Don't plant them in March, trust me on that one, just trust me. They will not work. You've got to wait till like May to put your dahlias out, but it's a good idea to start them in pots, because then they grow bigger and the slugs don't get so much of a chance to get to them. So we're going to start our dahlias today. Right, so to start our dahlias, we're going to get some pots. They don't need to be massive because we are just sort of starting them off about that big I don't know how big that is exactly, but it's about that. Oh, it's a 3 litre pot. There we go, 3 litres. I've got 3 of them. I think we've got 3 tubers. So what we're going to do is just basically plant them into a pot. And then the idea is that they'll start to grow, and I'll get them to be as big as I can, to be honest, as big as I physically can, and then I'll plant them outside when it's all risk of frost is completely gone. And the idea is that the slugs and snails won't be able to completely destroy the plant, though I do say that they will. They will destroy the plant will be gone, there will be no dahlias, but we can live in hope. Gardening is 90% hope. It's not exact science. Right, let me show you what a dahlia looks like. Here is your classic dahlia tuber. It looks a little bit like a weird kind of octopus squid-like creature. It's not, it's a tuber, and it will grow into a dahlia. The way round it goes, all these little dangly bits go down, and this tall bit here, that goes up like that. So what I do normally is this. I pop him in my pot, right, like that, with the tall bit sticking up. Okay, so in he goes like that. He's happy in there now, see? And then we get our compost and we fill all around him. And I like to leave the little top bit just sticking out, just a little bit, like that. And if I was planting this directly, I'd do exactly the same way, so I'd leave a little tiny bit of him sticking out the top, like that. So we pat it around. You've got to really push it down because that's a funny shaped bulb and the soil needs to be in contact with it. So we sort of push it down a bit. There we are. All around like that. Right, give that a water and wait for him to grow really big as I can get him. And then he's going to go outside in about end of April, beginning of May. Seagulls? You hear seagulls? That's so weird. Right, I'm also going to start my sunflowers. I'm going to start them in these little seed trays, and then what I'm going to do is pop them on when they get bigger. We're just going to do 1 seed per compartment. That is a risk. That is a risk. Gosh, just love sunflowers. It just reminds me of summer, funnily enough. In terms of which way to put these, I just drop them in, and whatever way they land, they land. Some of them are up, some of them are down, some of them are sideways. If ever in doubt as to which way to plant the seed, always plant it sideways, like that. It will find the light. You guys on this vlog, I thought I'd just show you an update on my back garden at home. So I don't normally show this, it's normally about my allotment plot, but sometimes I have shown you it and you might notice the back is a little bit different at the moment. I'm revamping it, I'm redoing it because it got a bit messy, it got a bit out of control. So I'll show you what I've done so far. So this is the current state of my back garden. So what I've basically done is I had a big planter there and I've moved it to here, which is next to this lovely clematis, which I'm trying to make climb up there, but it's not cooperating at the moment. This planter is now in my border, and then I'm I've ended up with this sort of patch of dirt, which I don't know what to do with in front of the wonky shed. So I think the first job is to make the shed unwonky, might paint it another colour, and decide what to do with this area here. The trellis is now at this side of the garden. I need to put that in properly so it's actually straight. We've got the archway there, but I think it's nicer here because it sort of disguises that horrible extension that we've got. And then there's lots of lovely flowers and a pear tree in front of it, which should grow up really nicely, disguise that whole area. That will look really nice. So I have this lovely flower bed here under this prunus. This is a prunus, this tree, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait to see all of the buds open. You see it's got all buds on it and it will all blossom. So So I had the flower bed underneath. At the moment we have a pathway next to it, and then next to that used to be like a wood chipped area, but I've sort of destroyed it. And I'm not entirely sure what my plan is for this area now. I really don't know. And then up here we've got a little patio area with a table and my little greenhouse there, which is just next to the shed. So that's quite a nice seating area. I'll just tidy this area up, put some more pots in now. I think that'd be really nice. Yeah, the whole garden's sort of been ripped up at the moment, and I'm all over the place with it. I don't quite know what my plan is, to be honest. I sort of just knew I didn't like it as it was, so I thought instead of getting a good plan, I would just rip the whole thing out and then hopefully be inspired. But it has opened up the garden more. I don't know if you can see behind me, but like it is more like open and it feels bigger, which I really like. But this is a work in progress. Let me know if you want to see more of my home garden and the design process and stuff as I do it. I'm sort of just doing it at the moment because the weather's been so nice and I hate being inside. So I've just sort of been doing it, but let me know. And let me know if you've got any ideas for this area. I'm sort of thinking put sort of stones over it and then have like a potted area. So lots and lots of pots and planters and things. Because I do like pots and planters. It's sort of, I'm getting into it a bit more and I'd like more space for pots. But yeah, I'm undecided at the moment, but this is the state of my garden. Don't know what to do with it, don't know. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, do subscribe to my YouTube channel and I will see you again on Wednesday. See you Wednesday guys, thanks for watching. Bye.